Well, on to our lead story now. The Gemma is no more. Radio veteran Bob Mabena has died, bowing out of an illustrious career spanning 31 years. Can you believe it? I'm now joined by Mpho Madise, better known as Moji, who's known Bob Mabena since he was 16 years old and is going to share with us some of his fondest memories of the Gemma. Moji, good morning to you. It's a very, very sad day indeed, but what will you remember most about Bob Mabena? You've known him from a very young age.
I think for me is the kindness and one man that would give you time. He did not mind giving you time and helping you with whatever you needed. I mean, just a few months back, just before we went into COVID, he literally drove from his house in Centurion because he was a bit worried about me. I was going through a rough patch. And he came through to my mom's place, 10 minutes, chilled with me, encouraged me about pushing on and never giving up, and then drove back to Centurion. I mean, you drive in the middle of the night at around 8 o'clock just to come see me for 10 minutes and then drive back home. You must understand the guy had time. If you were in trouble, he was there for you. Yeah, and I suppose it absolutely speaks to his character. Many people describing him as very giving of himself. You also were his business partner, Moji. The broadcast industry, I don't have to tell you this, it is a cutthroat industry. It chews you up and it shuts you out. But his longevity is what I think sticks to my mind right now. How in the world did Bob Mabena stay current? It's that humbleness. I think it's that willing to listen to people. I mean, at the age of 51, he was still doing a breakfast show on Power FM. I mean, it's crazy. For me to be up at that time, firstly, I'm still like, all groggy. But the guy goes on air, sounds absolutely amazing, very energetic, on top of his game, knows exactly what's going on in the news every single morning, very current. He's aware of his surroundings. He was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. What do you think was his staying power? And I'm asking you this because there's something about him that just managed to constantly reinvent himself, if you like.
I think it really still just boils down to understanding people, understanding South Africa, understanding how to relate and talk to people, you know, and still humble yourself. And I mean, he's interviewed 3 presidents on radio, former President Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, and President Jacob Zuma. So for a radio jock to be able to do that, and a sitting president at the time is really just unbelievable. And he can sit and go open a brand new house. We gave away a house, I remember, when I was still at Kai FM and I was doing the afternoon drive.
Yeah.
So Adulale, Mom, whoever it was, but can still relate and talk to that person, you know?
Yeah. Moji, you were very close to Bob Mabena. You've known him from a very, very young age. I want to assume that you also were very close to his family. How do you think they are holding up at this time?
Sure. Last night I drove to the house to go see Eucharist, Bob's wife. Funny enough, I ended up breaking down completely. And I was sitting next to her and she was the one comforting me. So it's that type of family, very strong, very together, what we call hashtag the Mabena clan. So it's tough at the moment, but obviously these things, it takes time, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I think just talking to you, Moji, you can see the emotions in your face. How do you want South Africans, particularly those who followed Bob Mabena's career, how do you think we should remember him?
A humble, approachable, joyful guy, you know, who truly just had time for you.
Yeah.
and never minded to give you that time and give you that advice.
Yeah.
He was just incredible. It's just crazy. I mean, he called me on Saturday morning. He called me on Saturday, actually, just at around after 12. And I was, I cracked a joke with him and I said, hey, when my wife phone off, now I have to call your wife to get a hold of you. And we had a bit of a chuckle and he's like, nah, don't worry, don't stress. My phone's going to be off for a couple of hours because I'm going in for an op. But don't stress, I'll see you Tuesday because Wednesday, meaning tomorrow, we've got a board meeting.
Yeah.
And we were meant to prepare today for that board meeting for tomorrow. And those were literally the last words we spoke. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Moji, I want to leave it at
so
that.
Crazy.
To
show you the reach that he had. I mean, I got a call yesterday from Mpho Madise.
Wow.
At around 5 p.m. to say, is it true? Is it true? I said, yeah, it's true. That's how far and how quickly this thing has moved in terms of his passing. Quite epic.
Moji, thank you very much for giving us your time and sharing your story and your personal relationship with Bob Mabena. It's a very emotional time indeed, not just for you, but us as a whole in the broadcast industry. May his soul rest in peace.